안녕하세요. 하투하 시청자 여러분, 캔데스 김입니다. 오늘은 바톨시 랜디 레엄 시장님을 모시고 시 운영과 발전 계획에 대해서 알아보겠습니다. Hello, Mayor Reum.
Hello.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thanks for coming.
Yes, thank you. Pleasure meeting you. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question about the city of Bothell. Tell us about your responsibilities as a mayor of Bothell and what your position entails.
Sure. So the City of Bothell operates in a city manager council form of government, and so what that means is there's a city manager that's basically the executive, and then I'm the mayor, which means I'm in charge of the legislative branch of the government, if you will. So I do a lot of regional work. I'm the regional representative to mayors meetings and that type of thing. I lead the meetings, the council meetings, and the council purview really is the policy development and the budget for the city, and then the city manager executes the city council's direction.
Good. What initiated your involvement in government leadership and community improvement?
So I grew up in Bothell. So when I was a child, there was 5-acre lots for each house, and so it was a totally different place than it is today. And I was really excited about 8 years ago. I heard about the downtown revitalization, and I thought that was a really great idea because growing up here, it definitely needed to be revitalized. And so I started to pay attention to council meetings and planning commission meetings and that type of thing. And I just felt like I could help the city and improve the city council's leadership if I got involved, and so I did.
Good. What are some of your proudest achievements as the mayor of Bothell?
The interesting part once you get involved with being a mayor or just a council member too is the how long things take. Mm-hmm. We intentionally as cities we do things slowly so the public can be involved and that we make good decisions instead of rushed decisions. So there's things I still have in the works, but there's a couple I wanted to highlight for you. One was that the public voted for a levy to improve our it was called Safe Streets and Sidewalks. And what it funds is basically trying to keep a good level of maintenance on our roads, as well as making connections between sidewalks, so that kids in our city, the walking radius around a school is about a mile, and that's a lot. And so there's a lot of infrastructure that would really be helpful to keep children safe when they coming to and from school. So that's really one of the big ones. Another one is land preservation, so that as this, like I mentioned earlier, this was a very rural place, and I think a lot of people feel like they want to make sure we keep some of that as we develop. And so one of the things that needs to be done is the city or a county needs to come in and preserve land and open spaces so that we have forested areas and places for people to recreate and just kind of stay connected to nature. And I think since I've been involved, we've preserved one such place called the North Creek Forest, and we're working on 2 others right now. And so my goal is, while I'm still in office, is to go ahead and try to get the Wing Golf Course locked down in public domain, as well as a place called Shelton View Forest.
Tell us about your long-term vision for economic development in Bothell.
So I hope to have some more involvement of the city in economic development. Right now we don't really have a dedicated employee, for example, that takes care of or helps economic development occur. So that would be nice to have. The other thing too, the city of Bothell has always been a really diverse economic base. So we have a lot of entrepreneurs, and we have a lot of kind of one-shop restaurants and that type of thing. And then we also have the bigger industries like biomedical device industries, and we'd like to see that continue into the future. One of the things that people, mayors at least, talk about is that your daytime population really matters. If you have a lot of people that come to work at your city during the day, so everybody doesn't just leave during the day, but people stay here and they have lunch here and they work here, it's a healthier, more vibrant city. And so my goal would be to see the amount of jobs equal to the amount of people that live here.
Good. Can you tell us about the recent efforts to develop the downtown area of Bothell? And can you tell us about your goal for the area?
Yeah, so downtown Bothell is booming right now. Yes. There's a lot of things under construction. The city's really done its part. We've made a lot of commitments to investments in which we've executed on most of them. So yeah, we really look forward to seeing the downtown being complete. It's coming in parts because we do have some areas that are contaminated from historical contamination that we need to clean up. It's a good thing the city is involved because those sites probably wouldn't get cleaned up under private domain. So we're cleaning those up, and that'll really be the kind of the anchor of the downtown once it's done. But it's it's a few years out.
What is the significance of tourism in Bothell, and what kind of interest does the city receive from tourists?
So we get a lot of tourism. We have a website, actually, it's called explorebothell.com. And on there you can see where to stay and the recommended places to eat and things like that. We are what's it called? The Woodinville. So we are the stay partner for the Woodinville Wine Country. And what that means is that we are the place they actually ask or to recommend people to stay when they go to the Woodinville Wine Country. So we have currently 9 hotels and 1 bed and breakfast, and we're having 2 more new hotels actually next door to City Hall being built by 2019. And so yeah, we really embrace the tourist activities, and there's lots of things to do here. This is a family-friendly town. On top of it being near the Woodinville Wine Country, there's trails, and there's places to eat where you can take your kids basically just about anywhere in the city. And we have the Sammamish River. People like to go paddling on the Sammamish River, and the lake's not far as well. So it's a good place to come and recreate and vacation.
You have been strong advocate for preserving and revitalizing the natural environment and beauty in Bothell. What kind of efforts have been made to keep the natural environment of Bothell healthy and intact?
Yeah, we like I mentioned previously, that we're actively preserving land, and that's one of the best things really a city can do to try to protect the environment and kind of keep that quality of life there for having a healthy environment for you to work and live in and play in. We've done other things too. We keep our regulations current, and we try to do what we feel is appropriate level of protecting the environment as we allow developments to occur and that type of thing. We protect streams, and we've updated the critical areas ordinance, for example, since I've been on council, and those type of things. And looking at tree retention, like how many trees will a development site have to retain if it's while it's developing. So.
How do you ensure that you hear the opinions and ideas of the residents of Bothell?
So I've always had my personal cell phone on the city's website, so people they're always welcome to contact me. And I
On your cell phone?
Yeah, on my cell phone. Surprisingly, not very many people actually do call, but the other thing too is that we have open public comment, so you can speak to the whole council in person. I've tried to make that a very comfortable thing for people. In the past, it hasn't been as comfortable, and that was a real big thing for me as the mayor, is to make sure that when people come to talk to us, it's a safe environment and they feel comfortable, and so they can say what they want to say without being really nervous and concerned. Other things we do is we have a public information officer. We do try to put out a lot of information, as much information as people are probably interested in hearing. But we do our best as we can as a city to make sure people know what we're doing and what things are coming up, and so they can interact and get involved with the city.
Good. Tell us about your expertise in stormwater management and urban stream recovery, and how you have utilized your skills. And also, can you elaborate on your job as a stormwater expertise that you're employed for the Redmond City?
Right.
Yeah.
So for 17 years, I've been working on restoring streams and managing stormwater in urban areas. I worked for Seattle and Redmond for that extended time. And I work regionally. I'm in both roles, really. As the mayor, I'm the chair of the Y-Rate Salmon Recovery Council, which is all about making sure streams are healthy in urban environments. And then at my job, I actually do a lot of the interactions regionally, and I try to push the industry of stormwater management in urban areas to make sure that we make smart investments. Stormwater is really expensive to manage. And having a healthy stream in an urban area is really something that's you have to intentionally try to achieve that for it to happen A lot of things have happened in the past under regulations, and it was all legally done. But at the end of the day, the streams are dying in our urban areas, and now I'm in the generation of stormwater management that's looking at like how can we try to undo that, and how do we and where do we do it? Because it's about $20 million a square mile to try to build in the stormwater infrastructure that we think you need for a healthy urban stream. So there's a lot of work there to do. I enjoy my job a lot. It's a great job to have, and I think I haven't really applied a whole lot of my stormwater management expertise as a mayor. Obviously, when stormwater things come up, I'm probably a little bit more acute to kind of what's going on there than other council members. But for the most part, like I said, we really focus on policy and the budget and that type of thing.
Good. I've been coming to Bothell every now and then, and it's been about 10 years. And it's remarkable how the city has transformed, especially downtown area, all these buildings and everything. So you've done a very good job with you and your city council and the people in Bothell.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah, we're executing a plan we built with the community, and we knew it had a pretty significant city investment, and we've been very earnest about meeting our commitments, and I'm really happy to see the response from the private industry coming and building the buildings and the shops and things for people to use.
Good. Well, Mayor, thank you so much. That's for me for all the questions for our viewers for KBS Washington. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Pleasure meeting you again.
Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.